shop. The sun's finally coming out. It's been absolutely dumping rain here in Ubud, and it is not rainy season. So I don't know why the internet keeps going out, and I hope that you enjoy hearing about this because I'm going to stop talking about it. Anyway, now you know why I'm here again, why I'm wearing a scarf, because my hair is just absolutely bananas. So here we are, hanging out, ready to do a transmission. So let's take a couple of nice big deep breaths. Feeling into the energy of yourself, feeling into the energy of your own body. Go ahead and do a nice body scan, scanning from top of your head, even just a little bit above your head, down through your whole body. Just take a moment to become very present and very aware. What is going on through your body? And right now, this is just a scan to notice what you notice. No need to change anything. No need to start going in and rearranging energy or anything like that. Just simply notice what you notice. Scan yourself. It's almost like taking a snapshot before we start doing some energy work. And then by the end of this, we'll do another scan. And you'll be able to see the difference. It's very fun when we do this. All right, my dear. So feel into that. And I'm just going to go ahead. We're just going to dive right into the transmission today. So as we call in divine truth and love into this sacred space, we invoke the highest possible healing for each and every viewer, replayer, and myself. We ask for the courage and compassion to speak and to hear from the purest form of self-love and forgiveness to all involved. Ia atake o apua a sa tani iawa ha'apukua a tani iawa apukua. All right, the message is that the quickening has arrived. And so what does that mean? It means that through this process of the Great Awakening and through the course of the last 2 years that we have been experiencing with each other, we are stepping into a space in time where there's going to start becoming a rapid ascension for those who are already awake, for those who already remember where they came from, how they got here, where their soul resides originally as home, how to find their the access to their divine connection through the center of their heart. Now, it was brought to my attention recently that about 2% of the population is awake, meaning 2% of the population knows who they are. And when I say who they are, this isn't an egoic identity. This isn't the label of mother, father, brother, sister, cashier, whatever your job title is. It's any of the labels that we give ourselves. That is not who you are. What I mean in reference to that, this who you are, is the space in between. And I want to share a bit about the transition of going from Samantha to Sitara, because Samantha is a part of me. It's obviously, of course, still who I am, as is Sitara. Both of these, it doesn't feel right to say parts, but we'll say both of these labels, meaning Samantha holds a vibrational frequency and Sitara holds a vibrational frequency. Sitara was a name that came to me when I very, very first started speaking light language. It came within the first 48 hours. And it was very clear to me that it was a name that resonated deeply with my soul resonance. And so I sat with it for about 10 months. I didn't even really tell anybody. I told my Metaphysical Club members, my advanced level group, because I knew that they would be able to kind of digest that and sit with me in that and grow through that experience and transition with me. But otherwise, it was something that I kept to myself because I was like, am I really going to come to Ubud and be one of these people that changes their name? Well, yeah, turns out that's the thing. Turns out that's what happened. It took me 10 months, though. I sat on it, and it wasn't until I actually helped a friend deliver a baby at home that there was something that shifted in me during that experience, and I knew that it was time to start going by Sitara. Now, the space in between, this is something that happened that I very, very clearly did not expect. at all. That when I started shifting, because there were a lot of people that I met through that period that did not know my name is Samantha, they had only met me as Sitara. So I was in this space of becoming known as Sitara and also being known as Samantha. And so I also recognized that I was not Samantha anymore, because somehow that name just started to feel small for me. Sitara is a name that I feel like holds a bigger container, a bigger capacity. There's something about it that allows the true nature of my internal presence to shine, to radiate. And so as that was taking place, I also didn't quite feel that I was Sitara, because it's strange to the egoic identity to change your name. It's strange to the community to change your name. Like, these are things that the transition in that way offered this space in between. And this is what I was not expecting, is this space in between. Not being Samantha and not being Sitara. So then who am I? What am I? I still feel that I sit in that space in between quite a bit. There is a resonance to both names, there's a resonance to both identities, and yet there is also a non-resonance to both. And so that space in between is what I want to share with you today, to encourage you to approach that space in between with curiosity. And it can be in whatever way, shape, or form that shows up for you. It doesn't have to be around your namesake. I just have found that that for me was so impactful. It was so clear. And Sitara isn't a name that I looked in a book and like chose. It was something that came to me so clearly with the light codes, and that it was guidance like, this is your soul name. And so I thought, okay, my parents didn't get it so far off. Samantha is close. But again, to shift in that way, to live in that space of non-identification. There's an openness there. There's a freedom there. There's space. There's presence. There's kindness. There's generosity. There's an abundance of truth and openness. There's an absence of everything. Ia wa aia wa oapua ni ke awa. Ia tini ia wa akapua ni ia wa haapo ni ke. Ai takaya o ni ke awa po sakatani i ke awa o po takaya o ni ke ia wa haapua kani ia awa. Ia io ni awa oapua ia wa saya tu pua. Ia tani ia wa pu ukua sa tani ia wa pu ni ia wa akua. I sutukua pu ni ia wa haataka pu utatake. Aia ni awa oapua a saya ikia tani ia wa oapu ukua taya apua pua pua pua. The prayer here is to very gently, very, very gently dissolve attachments to egoic identity, so that you can start to experience that spaciousness within that starts to allow you to feel, to feel the resonance of that divinity inside of you. It is not the label, it's not even your gender, it's not even nothing that is in association with the earth suit, your human body that you are carrying or with. The spaciousness of that, experience is held in your feeling center, and it is most deeply felt in the center of your own heart. This is why I believe so much has gone on this planet to pull us away from our hearts, to not focus on conflict resolution as a societal norm, but to focus on numbing and distracting and pulling away. And so we look at these things within ourselves. We look at the spaciousness that we can create. And when we start to see that that egoic identity is shifting or moving or changing, instead of freaking out and wondering, who am I, and having an identity crisis or a midlife crisis or whatever these things are, you recognize that there is a part of you that has existed before the moment of your own conception. And that part of you is living inside of you now. It's not something that you only get to experience in your passing. It is something that you experience now in your day to day. This is inside of you here in this present moment. So take a nice big deep breath and just simply soften and breathe, and notice where you have any tightness or tension or resistance, and go ahead and allow yourself to, you can place your palms face up if you feel that it would help your awareness of receiving. Oa satani ia akapuani ia waputukua awatani ia wa oapuani ia wapuakaya. Ia asaniki ia watu takaya wa onakaya waputakayani ia wa akapuani ia wa itakoapuni ia wapuani hiikia wa apua satani ia wa. Ia watuni ia wa akapu utakaya aya wapuni awaya aya wa akapua. Ia wa atani ia wa akaya wa wapukua satani ia wa akapua ni aya. Ia wa yawa ni awa yawa ni awa ni wa ni awa yawa yawa ni aya wapua. Oa satanakaya. Oa satanakaya wa wapukua sata ia wa akaya wa. Allowing that frequency, any densities in your body again, to simply liquefy, dissolve, soften, allowing yourself to feel the resonance of transmutation. Transmutation is simply to bring one thing from one frequency to another. So in that space of transmuting, you're simply taking a density and turning it into light. We go into more detail in that in the Metaphysical Club, the advanced level training that we lead inside of the Monad Society. But for now, it's perfect to just simply plant that seed and to allow the egoic constructs, the mind, to absorb new information, to allow this process of learning and accelerated growth to open up in a very powerful and very beautiful way as you continue to allow that center of your own heart space to lead the way, to open and close, to breathe into the divine light of your soul frequency. Aika wapua niki ya atuko wapua ni ia wapua sa akaya haatani ia wapua. Ia wapua atani ia wa haapua kuata aya wapua. Ia wa ya watani ia wa wapua pua pua kaya wa ia wa. Ia tani ia wa ya wapua aya. Ia tani ia wa ya. Ia tani ia wa ya. Iwa ya niawa, iwa ya niawa, iwa ya niawa. Ikaya wapuaka, sutakaya wapua nikiawa akapua. Iataniki kia. We're opening the doorways to each and every one of your chakras, bringing in and restoring balance to your internal body as well as your internal soul chakras. Releasing any resistance you have to being inside of your body, as well as releasing any resistance you have to learning about who you are as spirit. Ianikia wa aya kua pukua katakea ka apuanikia wa akapua sa atakia wa apuatani ia wapu ua satanikia wapuataka ayo atapoakai atu atapoakai atu apuaniki ia wa sataniki ia wa apukua sataku apuaniki Aya kaya tani awa ia wapuani ia wapuaka atake ia wapuani ia wahaaka soya haaka wapuaka take awa awapua take awa huapuani ia wa yani awa yani awa wani awa wa awapua ia wa yani awa ia wa yani awa ia wani awa yani ia wapuaka kakutake awa ni wapuaka ia wataniki wapua kuapua takatake wapua ni ia wapupu kakatake wa wapuka wapua kuapua taniki wa akupua sakaya ni akawapua ia wapua akawapua haya. This is a big transmission coming through today. So congratulate yourself, pat yourself on the back that you are feeling this resonance, that you are opening yourself up to it. There is so much coming through, so much light destroying societal programming. There's so much light destroying any belief in lies or limiting cycles, any patterns of obsessive thoughts or obsessive behaviors. Allowing yourself to fully surrender even more into your own divine sovereignty. Yawapuaka waha'akani yawa apua. Beautiful. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Breathe in and just simply feel. And as you body scan and feel yourself from head to toe, feel that divine resonance inside of you that is operating at a higher level, that is allowing room for more growth, that is opening to your divine presence, that is acknowledging and accepting your own sovereignty, which is breaking out of the mold of the societal programming that we have all been subjected to, giving yourself the freedom to continue to peel away from that. There's a massive quickening going on here on the planet, and if you are able to find that surfboard and ride that wave, you will feel how incredibly deeply you are supported. There are so many angels and guides that are here on this planet helping us as star seeds, the awakened ones, to continue to wake other people up, to remind them of their own soul truth, their own internal resonance. It is so important right now. I mean, this is why we came here. This is why we are here. This is why we are the age that we are. This is why we've had the life experiences that we've had, so that we can be way showers in this way. I know that you're watching this video because you feel that there is something more for you inside of yourself. I know that. You wouldn't be here. You wouldn't have made it through the wonky intro. There's something bigger here for you, and you know it, my sweet love. It is my personal goal, and as I believe my soul purpose, to facilitate as many awakenings on this planet as possible. And what that also means is to facilitate and continue to contribute to those who are already on the path, those who are already awake, to continue to peel away these layers that have kept you from remembering the absolute divine truth of who you are, the power, the innate power that is already within you. We have forgotten, and we have been programmed, like we have been in an abusive relationship, to not see the power of our own divine sovereignty. To this we say no more. Not on my watch. I will not do this anymore. I will not play these games. I think the dog really agrees with us here. I don't know if you can hear him. He's very enthusiastic right now. With that, my loves, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to tune into these videos. Remember, you can come in and watch this as many, many times as you'd like, as well as any of the other videos. The longer ones, the full moon and new moon transmission, I highly recommend that you listen to as you're falling asleep. Please do like, share, comment. Please offer any form of receptivity that you're able to. There's links for donation in the description below. anything and everything that you can do to continue to help support this movement by sharing or talking to friends, anything like that helps me so much more than you know. I'm battling strange algorithms and shadow banning and all of this really fun thing. So if you even feel inspired to start a Telegram or Signal group or something, share my videos in there, whatever you can do to support. I genuinely appreciate it so much more than you know. And if you feel that you're ready to start joining in with us, the first step is to take the course, the 7 weeks to embody your higher self, which is a self-study program. Once you have gone through that program, you'll then be invited to come and join us in the Metaphysical Club. And that is our bi-weekly, soon-to-be weekly group meetings where we interface in Zoom. So we do a lot more personal as well as group support, where we can talk about the crazy and strange things that are happening in your life, the growth patterns, the challenging relationships, all of that, just so that we can have more support and know that we have a community of people that we can talk to about the weird things you can't talk to anybody else about. So thank you for accepting me as I am today, with crazy frizzy hair at a borrowed pizza shop, borrowed Wi-Fi at a pizza shop, I should say. The rain has finally stopped. Just simply rambling a little bit to take our time coming off. That was a really powerful transmission. It was a really, really powerful transmission. So I want to make sure that we all have our feet on the ground before we shift into the next. And I do encourage you to lay down and let this one integrate. Let this one come into your full cellular presence. Let it really, really, really sink in to the power of your being. Hi, my sweet friend. All right, my love. As we go forth, may we integrate the healing and the lessons received with courage, self-love, and compassion. Our session here is in full love and full honored trust, complete. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for your time and presence today. I adore you. I hope this serves you. And I do look forward to seeing you soon. Ciao.